today's Toy Spot, we are having a look at the Hasbro Transformers Robots in Disguise 3-Step Transformation Optimus Prime. Now this is what I'm talking about. A nice, big-sized Optimus Prime. 3-step transformation. Might still end up being a good robot mode after it's all said and done, but I gotta really say, packaging-wise, in his packaging, and this all being really an open window, he does look really impressive. And I'm really excited. Surprised actually to find this guy as early as I did. A particular Walmart I seem to hit, and they have always seem to have the new stuff right away. So I was extremely ecstatic to find this guy. We spin around, well, there's the bottom corner. There's a nice picture of Optimus Prime, complete with how to transform him. 3 steps from point A to point B. And then on the back of the package, showing you what he looks like in robot mode as well as in truck mode. Again, very, very simple, being that this is a 3-step transformation. You can also download the new Transformers Robots in Disguise app for your iPhone and other mobile devices. And you can scan the QR code featured on the front of Optimus Prime to unlock Optimus Prime as well as his hammer. Having said that, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to get this guy out of packaging, and when we come back, we're getting a better look at 3-step Optimus Prime. There's more anyway, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. With Prime out of packaging, he is a good-sized vehicle. In fact, some of the comparisons that we can do right at this minute, let's have a look at Night Ops Bumblebee, the 1-step transformation, and the 1-step transformation of Ninja Mode Sideswipe. I think, proportionately, they scale well together. With Optimus Prime, he's kind of the equivalent of Grimlock. I found the 3-step Grimlock was an ideal size versus the scales of the other ones. Until we get a Legion class Optimus Prime, and until we get a Legion class Grimlock, or Leader class, I should say, Grimlock and Optimus Prime, which I don't even know what they would call it. I think this is an ideal sized Optimus Prime, really even compared to the other Warrior class figures too. I think he's just that right size that we've been looking for. We'll just move Night Ops Bumblebee and Ninja Mode Sideswipe out of the way, and actually you could have a little fun too, and you could put them on top. I know he's not Ultra Magnus, but just to kind of give you guys an idea of size again. He rolls extremely well. He's got 4 big trailer tires on the back section here, and of course the 2 front on the front section here. He's a good size. He's not heavy. You can see he's really hollow in the back area here, and he's actually hollow in the cab section there as well. But yeah, I really think he's overall a finished piece. You can really see where his feet will end up being when he turns into robot mode. But you know what? Just as a whole, though, I'm really happy with it. It might still be my favorite, the Warrior class, but I do really appreciate the size. The one thing that this has that the others don't have is that sheer size. That's why I like so much about 3-step Grimlock. That's why I love so much about Optimus Prime here. To transform Optimus Prime is easy and yet fidgety as well, if that's the best way to describe it. The only way really to start the transformation is to take the front cab and fold it down. And that basically just starts everything. When you fold it down, this will swing forward, and as you can see, his legs start to extend. This folds up. The arms open up. And this is the section that gets a little fidgety. This folds in. And his head pops up. And I don't think it's not so much fidgety. That's maybe not the best word to describe it. It's not fidgety. It just feels like it's barely holding on. Like this area right here, I feel like is just barely holding on. And maybe there we go. I didn't have it pushed in all the way. The one thing I don't really like about the piece is that the head has no real locking mechanism. There's the head right there, and it's a good looking head, but it just doesn't lock into place because all of it relies on that spring. So even like, because the cab section is locked into place, that's fine, but the head still always wants to look down. I wish there was a way to kind of correct that, but they're relying it so heavy on the spring to basically do all the functionality of transforming it. that, yes, it will be missing something a little more in the head. The head has no movement whatsoever. You could move the arms. That's at least something. But again, the one thing that's going for this piece, other than being extremely back heavy, is the fact of his size. Again, we take one step, new one step ninja mode. I love saying that, ninja mode, side swipe. He could be a little bit taller, but it's a good size. It's a good size, again, like how 3-step Grimlock is a good size to warrior class models. It's not a perfect prime. I kind of hope that maybe we could get about this size with the articulation of the warrior class Optimus Prime. Then I think it's going to be a good toy. This is a good toy for a fun pick up and play, but it gets a little, again, fidgety when you want to start transforming it. By the way, when you want to transform it back, just move the arms down. You want to take the front carriage again, unhinge it, and as soon as you unhinge it, basically everything kind of collapses on itself. And then take the carriage, pull it up like that, and then unhinge it, unsnap it from the top, bring it around, and then snap it around to the front. And then you've little areas like the arms and stuff like that. This might be a little more problematic. You want to just make sure those arms, there we go, get into place, and there you have Optimus Prime in truck mode. Again, to transform it, take the front carriage, fold it around to the front, fold this in, and bring it to the front and snap it into place. And you might find a couple of times the head doesn't want to pop up. If that's ever the case, just make sure this is completely in first, like that, and then bring it in. Just wish the head was a little bit better. That's one of my biggest gripes. I can overlook the fact that it doesn't have any articulation in the legs, doesn't have any articulation in the knees. At least it's got arm movement. But the one thing I really have such a tough time overlooking with this Prime is that his head can't lock into place. Even if they had hinged it, because it almost spoils you. It teases you to think that there should be something there. It's just enough clearance that this could go up, that even if something could, slot out and then push back in, something should be sitting on there to keep the head up. And I don't know why something got left off, but it just doesn't feel like, feels like at the end of the day, Prime just can't look up. And for a leader, I gotta say, that's saying a lot. Good toy. It's not perfect. Is it a good Optimus Prime? I like the scale. I could overlook the rest of the fact that it's just a brick, but it does bother me that his head doesn't really look up. Today's Toy Spot, we're having a look at the new Transformers, Robots in Disguise, 3-step Optimus Prime. Not a bad toy if you can overlook the fact that his head is a little more depressed. That's the best way I can say it, a little more depressed. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more Toy Spots heading your way. Thanks for watching, as you always do. I'll see you guys next time.